tribulations, my heart, my balls, my somebody stop it, somebody come and get me. Little did I know that the Lord was riding with me. The law, the light, my heart, the fight, the wrong, the right is gone.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another JVS movie review. Today we are bringing you the first theatrical release from Pixar Studios, I want to say in about 2.5 years, as between Soul, Turning Red, every film humanly possible before this one from Pixar went directly to Disney Plus. And here we are as Pixar's triumphant return to the theaters, and this one is Lightyear, yet another movie from the Toy Story universe. Here is the quick synopsis and cast. While spending years attempting to return home, marooned Space Ranger Buzz Lightyear encounters an army of ruthless robots commanded by Zurg, who are attempting to steal his fuel source. And the key stars of this one is Chris Evans plays Buzz Lightyear. Keke Palmer plays Izzy Hawthorne. Those are the two main characters in this story here. Now, the best way to start off by talking about Buzz Lightyear is saying, I've never seen a film that served less of a point to be made, but yet was still entertaining. This film, it literally is no reason for this movie to exist. As I was at the screening of the film, all I kept on thinking about was Planes, a movie that was kind of a spinoff of the Cars universe that Disney made, and it was supposed to go directly to VOD, but because Cars was so huge or performed so well in the box office, they released it in theaters because they understood they could make money off of it. That's what Lightyear felt like. It was a film that, outside of the Toy Story universe, it will be no purpose for this movie. And because there's no purpose of the movie, you're kind of wondering, like, why do I have to sit through this movie? As you sit through this movie, what you get is an extremely entertaining adventure here. That's why you sit through Lightyear. This movie is paced almost perfectly. It has enough action beats to keep even a littlest youngest child entertained. And again, it's no purpose of this movie being made outside the point that this movie is going to make lots of money. Now, this movie starts off as Lightyear and his partner are just on a regular mission as they're trying to get things from another planet. And then things go awry as Buzz Lightyear displays the behavior we know of the cockiness of Buzz Lightyear, played by Tim Allen in the Toy Story films, and it leaves them marooned on a planet. And the entire time they're on this planet, it's them attempting to get back home. We find out as they are trying to get the quantum something going on to get back home, that every time Buzz attempts to break, I want to say the sound barrier break the barrier, it ages him 4 years, or it puts him 4 years in the future. While he doesn't age because it's only been a few seconds for him, everyone else around him ages. It is a great way to show you just how important relationships are. It's a great way to introduce Izzy, again played by Keke Palmer, into the film. Now, I'm not going to lie and tell you anything feels original in this movie. Nothing feels original in this movie. I'm not going to tell you this plot is amazing. This plot is not amazing. You could see this coming from a mile away. You see everything coming towards you, but what you're left with is just a film that just feels so innocent that I think most people are going to enjoy it just based off of it feeling so innocent. And that this is, again, the first time we've seen a Pixar film on the big screen in years. Now, I will gladly say this shouldn't have been the movie that we got to see from Pixar on the big screen. While Lightyear is extremely entertaining, while it gives every beat humanly possible that every kid is going to just go bananas over when they see this movie, and while it's rather harmless, meaning while there's no point of making it, it's not there to cause you any issues. It's not what I feel the great movie that Turning Red was. This is a missed moment for them because these two should have been switched. This feels, at times, Lightyear feels like a Disney Plus movie. It feels like a continuation again. It is clearly a continuation of the Toy Story universe, and at times it feels like that's all it is. It just feels like you can push the marketing dollars towards us to make us care more about the biggest, possibly at this point, the biggest animated group of films ever made in the Toy Story universe. So this one falls right in line with that. It just, again, I hate to keep on saying it, and I hate to keep on harping on it. It feels pointless. It's literally no reason for this movie to exist. And I love the way the film is introduced to you. Again, this is non-spoilers, so I'm not going to spoil anything here. But it's introduced to you that this is the film that Andy saw that made him fall in love with Buzz Lightyear. I think that is a great approach to have to this film. Unfortunately, they missed the mark in certain areas that they really could have driven this point home with. And when you miss those marks, it makes the film feel more empty. And that's what you get here. Again, if you think about the way the setup is of this being a movie that Andy saw that made him love Buzz Lightyear, then you need to take yourself back to the perspective of a kid who sees something that looks this fantastic and them thinking, I need an action figure for that. It literally reminded me of every 90s cartoon show, cartoon movie made, everything that was made strictly for the point to sell toys. That's what this movie feels like. And it's supposed to feel that way, I'm assuming, because of its connection to Andy. It's supposed to feel like a film just made to produce toys. This movie feels like this is the movie just to produce more Toy Story stuff. I'm now waiting for Bo Peep's movie, even though I know it's something like that on Disney Plus already. I'm waiting for Woody's movie. I'm waiting for Mr. Potato Head's movie. I'm waiting for Mr. T-Rex's movie. Like, at this point, give me movies from everybody in the Toy Story universe, because that is the only way we can justify this Buzz Lightyear film even existing. So, Lightyear, brought to you by Disney. Again, Pixar's first film to go into theaters in almost 2 years. I think it's over 2 years at this point. Their first movie to go in theaters in over 2 years. Out of a possible 10, I'm going to give Lightyear a 7.5 out of 10. This movie is still entertaining. Everything I said was pointless. It's no need for this movie to exist. It does not take away from the entertainment value that is wrapped up in this film. It looks amazing. It's one of the best looking films I've seen this year. Clearly, they understood where they needed to spend money on to make this film look fantastic. It looks fantastic. It sounds fantastic. Everything about it is great. I like the voice cast. Granted, maybe I would have went with Chris Evans as Buzz Lightyear. Maybe I would have went to a different person for that, but not enough for you to get thrown off and not enjoy this film. It is definitely something that, if you have little ones, you definitely need to take them and go see this movie. I think they'll love it. Unfortunately, it's not an animated film that crosses generations. I don't believe anyone over the age of 10 should see this movie in theaters. You can wait till it hits Disney Plus and watch this movie. It is not a movie that adults can go see and be engrossed as much as kids are. You literally have to put yourself in the mind of a child to understand exactly the point of this movie. I did that. It made it a little bit more enjoyable. Granted, again, I saw everything coming towards me. I knew everything that was going to happen. Every beat is so obvious in this movie. But yet and still, it's an entertaining, harmless romp that will still possibly make $1 billion because it's based off of the Toy Story franchise. This has been another JVS movie review. Peace, people.